the first thing you need to ask about your income is, what other things can I do to improve my income?
That's it.
Because you see, your employer too is not, businesses are also not doing well. So you cannot push your employer to keep increasing your salary. Mm-hmm. So the first thing is, what other things can I do? You go to work 9 and close at 5. Between 5 p.m. and the next morning 8 a.m. What can you do to make extra income? Mm. Look, you can think through small online business there, doing a side business.
Sell some bags.
Look at some other small things you can do to supplement your income. Mm-hmm. So personally, you need to think through how to improve your income in a difficult time, so that your income side can look good or can look better.
Good.
The next point is about expenses. You need to categorize your expenses into needs and wants. If you don't buy a gum, you will not die. Chewing gum after eating. You will not die. You will still keep moving. So categorize your expense into needs and wants. In difficult times, try to cut the wants out. If I don't eat a restaurant food every lunchtime, nothing will happen to me. Now you can look at buying a kinky. Now a bowl of kinky is 5 cedis. You add the fish, your lunch is getting to 10 cedi or 15 cedi. And if your salary is 500 a month or 1,000 a month, you are heading into big trouble, even if you decide to be eating the kinky. That is why these days people are doing 0-1-0. You understand that one?
Yes, sir.
They fast in the morning, they eat heavy lunch meal, and fast in the evening, and they move. You need to make changes in your lifestyle.
Adjustments.
It is not business as usual. If you do that, you put yourself into a very tight personal financial difficulty. So look at all the things that you don't really need. If I don't get into, let's say you used to have a DSTV. If you don't have money now, you can take it out and get free to air. You can still get GTV.
That's all.
And keep watching it.
If when DSTV goes off, the last station that stands is GTV. It stands there.
So begin looking at things. If it's not part of your personal life, you'll still be fine. If you used to do Uber and charter taxis all around Accra, now if you jump into a trotro and you drop, your name will not change
at all.
You'll still be the lady and still be the gentleman.
Yeah.
So let's start looking at how we'll make adjustments in our lifestyles. If every evening you sit with the boys and take 2-3 bottles of beer with kebab by the side, if you don't do that and you drive home straight, your wife's food is there. Eat it, watch GTV, and go to bed nicely. So once we make adjustments in our lifetime, it will help us. It will help in managing these difficult times.
So you have talked about income. You've talked about expenditure. Now let's talk about savings.
All right. So in difficult times, if you don't take time, they say that my salary or my income is not enough. How do I save? Life is very interesting. In fact, if you don't save today, you will suffer tomorrow. I have seen people who are not making enough income per month, but keep some aside every month. Over time, they build up savings. So the first principle is the 10-10-80 principle in money matters. The first thing is that anytime you get income, it doesn't matter how much money you have received, put 10% of the money aside as paying yourself. Put it into your savings. The other 10. If you decide to chop all your money alone, you will not be blessed. Every fruit has a seed. That seed is to be invested somewhere. So probably if you're a Christian, put that money into your tithe payment. I believe in that one. If you're a Muslim, look for somebody in need and give it out to support the needy.
Zakat, I'm sure.
If God see through your finances, He will bless you. The 10% every month, as you move along, you can increase this side of the savings. The 10% every month you put into savings. Over time, you will build what we call capital. Then you can now, if you put your money into a savings account, the banks does not give you any much interest.
2%, 1%, 3%.
Very small amount of money.
Minuscule.
The banks are telling you that your monies are not supposed to be kept in a savings account. You move it from a savings account into an investment. So first, irrespective of how much you earn, take a decision that every month, 10% of my income will get into savings. In any case, if you decide to spend all your income, it will still not be enough. And if you put the 10% aside, it will still not be enough. So first thing, put the 10% aside. Gradually, you will build your savings, which will grow to a point where you can invest the money. Now, the system is becoming very hot.
Becoming, or it's already been hot for a while.
Or it's becoming hotter.
Hotter. Okay, yeah. Let's establish
So
that.
once you build your savings, be careful where you go and invest. Let's learn this basic finance principle that the higher the expected return, the higher the risk. So if somebody come and tell you that give me that your savings of 10,000 in a month's time, I will give you 20,000. Tell him that you devil,
Go away from me.
because you may lose all your savings through a decision that you want to get quick returns on your investment. Start very slowly. Probably if you are not too sure where to put that money, just buy a T-bill. Even currently, all the banks are buying T-bills.
Treasury bill.
Because a lot of investment instruments have become high-risk instruments. So as an individual, if you have 500 cities, 1,000 Ghana, 2,000 Ghana, you can start. Buy a treasury bill. 91 day, 182 day. It will start. Then you get returns on the savings you made that you have moved into an investment. You reinvest the returns on the investment. So if you started with 1,000 cedis, you see that 1,100. Remember that your 10% you are saving is also adding up. Eventually, your investment will improve. It's important because sometimes difficult moments may come into your life and you may need to fall on your investments to sort yourself out.
Alrighty.
So we are now moving from the savings into the investments, which is earning you returns, bits and pieces over time. Let's remember that there's no magic in finance and money matters. Time is important in terms of making returns on your money. So we have something we call time value of money. 2 CD today is not the same as 2 CD 1 month to come. In our economy, that 2 CD 1 month to come will become zero because of the high rate of inflation. So time will give improvements into your investments, get you the returns. So we calculate interest rates over time, every month, every 3 months, every 6 months per annum. So you get those returns. So be patient. Wait. You don't sow a seed today and you get the fruit tomorrow. No.
So patience is key.
So patience is key in that side of your savings and investment. You get the returns, put it back into the investment, look at your savings, add it. Okay. Over time, you will look back and realize you have built some good funds behind you. So that when the problem comes, ill health, something happens to your business and one of your staff members take a portion of your money and run away, or your business partner, you give the person money to buy something for you, vanish, or something even happens to the business and it's not doing well, you can now fall on the investment you have been making, which has been giving you returns, to bring back your life on track and be moving. This is the cycle we should be going as individuals.
Awesome. I hope you are taking notes because this is serious apo krong krong. Before we talk about myths and conceptions around issues of money matters, let's look at the last leg of that, those things, investment income, expenditure, savings, investment, protection. So how do we get money to protect us?
So, because you don't know the future, you don't know what can happen to us, you can get some ill health that will not allow you to keep doing what you have been doing. Mm-hmm. Or if you're an employee, one morning your employer will get up and say, I can't keep working with you. You may lose your job. Mm-hmm. So, if these things happen to you, how have you been protecting yourself at the point that you were making the income? You realize that when we had a banking crisis, a number of bank staff lost their jobs. If you have made some savings investment somewhere, those who earned that, they went to pick it. Even if to run a taxi business, Uber business, a trotro business, you have something that will keep you going until you bounce back. So the protection is, how do I keep some money aside so that tomorrow if I get into trouble, job loss, ill health, I can fall on it. Even your child going to school. Now you have free SHS. So we think that everything is free. Let your child pass the SHS, is about to come to the university. Then you realize that you need enough good money to take your child through school. So this becomes the protection. Your salary at that point may not be able to support that child to go to school. So even if your child gets school outside the country, have scholarship, what do? If you have some money somewhere, you now support that child to move. So the protection is on your investments. Okay. And please, these days, too many things are happening in our country. At a point, it seems like BOG is not being able to manage the space.
Bank of Ghana.
Yes. So it is not everything you see that you should go and put your money in. Let's remember men's gold. Mm-hmm. And bring our mind to the point that when you are ready to invest your hard-earned money for protection, look for places that are secured. Now, even the government of Ghana, you can't trust the government of Ghana. So you put your money in government bonds. One day they will come and say, domestic debt restructuring program, mm-hmm. and you may lose a portion of your returns.
So where do we put our money now? Are T-bills safe?
Yeah, for now, T-bills are safe.
For now?
Yeah, for now.
Hey.
For now, because we don't know what government of Ghana will come up with again.
Tomorrow they can wake up and say T-bills are not safe.
Yes, because the debt restructuring they did, they still did not hit their target. They are trying to get into the pension funds. So government of Ghana is still not stable in what to do in solving its macro problems. But for now, T-bills are okay.
Okay.
And then if you have a bank that you think that fixed deposits and all of that, and monitor how your bank is doing. If you realize that there are especially liquidity problems, if somebody went to the bank, he wants to withdraw money, and they say, oh, we don't have money today, we don't have money tomorrow, quickly start taking steps to take your money from that bank. Other than that, your money will be there eventually.
Locked.
It's locked up.
Frozen. Okay.
So let's watch where we put our money.
Okay. We're talking money matters here. My guest is Professor Samuel Antwi. He is from the UPS, the Dean, School of Graduate Studies at UPSA. And we're looking at how to manage your personal finances in difficult times. Are you sending us your tips on how you're doing it, or do you want some questions answered from the good professor? The WhatsApp number is 055 51034. On Facebook, look for GTV Ghana, follow us and put a comment there, and we'll extract them for you. Can you, in your experience, what are some of the most common misconceptions and myths around managing your money during difficult times?
So the first thing I'll talk about is that people think you don't need to do anything about it. God will take care of us. God is taking care of everybody, but you need to plan to manage your finance. So first, it is
Work first. You pray, then you work, and then you pray again. Go to the onions and say, in the name of Jesus, give me onions. No, it won't work like that.